Thanks for joining us on the John Mendola Show. We're driven by McCarthy Tire and Automotive Centers. Let's talk Scranton Prep boys soccer. Boy, they're having a fantastic year, the Cavaliers. Cullen Myers joining us right now. Well, Cullen, let's talk about that great season thus far, and I'm sure you want to be hot when the playoffs come around, and we're into October already. What's so good about the Cavaliers in 2016?
I think one thing that makes the Cavaliers so special is our depth. We've had a couple injuries in the past couple weeks or so, and really it's been the next man up mentality. We haven't skipped a beat. Tough game against Elk Lake the other day where we're missing a lot of guys and kept fighting, and we're able to pull out with a victory.
What's it like heading to the road against some of these teams? You guys are at Elk Lake on Wednesday of this week. Next Wednesday, you're going to be out at Montrose. So you guys are putting on the miles, but anything could happen at some of these places.
It can. It's very true. Against Elk Lake at home, it was a pretty comfortable victory. It was 5-0. And then going to Elk Lake, it was a long bus ride, and we got there, and it was a great environment to play in. There was a lot of people there, and they were very energized for the game. And it really makes it interesting when you have such big home field advantages with all these teams. It makes it very interesting.
Cullen, let's talk a little bit about your game right now. Where are you at on the field for Scranton Prep, and how you fitting in with the whole mix as one of those senior leaders?
It's going well. I'm really enjoying it. I'm really helping out in the midfield. I'm doing whatever a team needs me to do. It's going great.
Well, your coach says you're one of the most complete players in northeastern Pennsylvania. That's quite a compliment with some quality soccer players here in our area. Talk about that compliment from your coach and what you've worked on since you were young.
It means a lot coming from Coach Curry. He's coached a lot of great players. He's had a long career coaching prep, and it means a lot to hear that from him. And I really hope that as a player I can keep developing and keep going forward. And all I can really do is work my hardest and see how it goes.
One of the things he also said is that you're deceptively fast. Talk about maybe some people not saying, I can beat this guy down the field. How do you know when to turn that on?
I think one part of my game that really helps is my size. But then, once I get on the ball, I really don't lose any of the speed I have. And you mix that with my size, it's hard to get me off the ball. So when you first see me, you might think a big guy in the middle. But, I can turn it on when it needs to be turned on, and it really helps out.
And the other thing your coach mentioned, Coach Curry said, this guy could really distribute the ball, get it to where it needs to be, and have somebody else score. Talk about having that vision on the field and being able to see things maybe developing on that field as well.
And really that comes down to my teammates too. They're making those runs, and I find them. I like to think that I'm patient on the ball and wait for the right pass to open up. And credit to my teammates, they're always making that run, and when I do give them the opportunity, they always finish. We're
talking with Cullen Myers from the Scranton Prep Soccer Team here on the John Mendola Show. We're driven by McCarthy Tire and Automotive Centers. And how about that coaching part on the field? Coach, again, another credit to you, says you're kind of like an extra coach out there on the field. Talk about your development with the game of soccer and being able to kind of direct people.
I've been playing for so long, and I really love the game. And when I'm out there, I feel like my vision in the center of the field can really help my teammates alongside me. So anytime there's a bit of advice I give them or help them along, I do so all the time. And I feel like that really helps us.
Let's go through some of these other seniors that are leaders on Scranton Prep that kind of help make this team have the success you guys have had.
Yeah, our two center backs, Tom Faffel and Billy Weiss, are just exceptional. A lot of times since they're back there playing defense, they don't get a lot of the credit that they deserve, and they're phenomenal. Very few times in my time at prep I've seen them make a misstep. And up top with me, Kyle Sabowski, another great hard worker, works his butt off, and it's great having him up there.
And as far as your overall team this year, when you talk about offense, defense, do you find yourselves being a little bit more offensive, or you feel like you really could shut some teams down and hopefully have that one goal difference?
Yeah, I feel like our defense is just as strong as our offense. Of course, going into games where this is the second time we're playing a team, that they've kind of adjusted their game plan, so it might get a trickier for our defense, but our defense is just as exceptional as our offense is at most times.
Cullen, let's talk a little bit about your family and the support you're getting there, and being a prep student overall. You got to be pretty good in that classroom, I would say, and you seem to be very good on the field as well.
Yes, my family's always been there, always right there with me the whole time. All my club coaches and travel coaches as well. My trainer from Elite Game Speed, but it's really great having the family that I do that can help push me along. And when my brother was at prep and he was going into his sophomore year, he wanted to improve his soccer game as well for the team. So every day me and him would go out and we'd play, and I attribute a lot of that to what I've become now. And as far as being a prep student, I don't think there's anything better than that. I love prep, and prep has given me all the tools that I need to do to perform on and off the field.
And, of course, I'm sure the playing soccer is taking you places. I'm sure you're thinking, I don't know if I'll get to that place or that place, but there's probably been some traveling with soccer over time, and I'm sure you enjoy some of that family bonding time, or, as you said, some time with some of your club coaches that you got to know over the years.
Definitely, 100%. I've had nothing but the best coaches my whole life that have always been there for me, and it means a lot to me, and it means a lot to them that I'm succeeding right now with it. It's really great to see.
And Cullen, you still got some time to think about that college choice. You're a junior, so tell us about 2018. Have you given much thought to that?
I have given a lot of thought about it. I went to a couple camps this summer, and I'm really hoping to get on a top team, whether it be at any division. And I'm looking just to be able to be in a winning environment and being put in a spot where I'm able to contribute to the team.
And these playoffs are right around the corner. There's going to be some stiff competition without any doubt, whether it's the Wyoming Valley Conference or Lackawanna Conference. What are your expectations down the road here through District 2 with those playoffs?
We're hoping that we can keep doing the same thing that we have been. We really don't have anything to change. It's been successful so far. We just can't get content with what we have now. There's always something we can improve on, and there's always something we can do better with, and that's what we're really hoping to do.
You gave some accolades earlier and said you really enjoy being with Coach Curry. How does he approach the game? Talk about his coaching style, and may different than some other coaches you've had, I'm sure, at other teams and different things. But what does he do that you really like and say, maybe one day if I'm a coach, I'd like to do some of those things Coach Curry does?
Coach Curry's approach to a game is always really calm. He always knows words that needs to be said that would get us pumped up, but he's always calm about it. I like how no matter what the score is, no matter what the deficit is or what our lead is, he always has the same approach. It's always calm. It's relaxed. This is what we need to do now. This is what we can't do now. It's a really nice approach to coaching that he has.
Cullen, I want to thank you for your time and the best of luck in your future endeavors there at Scranton Prep.
Thank you so much.
Cullen Myers from the Scranton Prep Cavaliers boys soccer team. They're currently undefeated. Here on the John Mendola Show, we are driven by McCarthy Tire and Automotive Centers.